What's up YouTube? Welcome to today's tutorial on relighting 3D models in After Effects. We will be using 3ds Max today, so open that one up. All those can be done in almost any program. So I have my primitive here. You can do this with any object you want. This is just what I'm using for today because it's simple and easy. Now I already have a light in the scene, so you can see it just renders, it's decent render. So we can do this a few ways. You can either follow like what So Crispy Media and them do and like change the material every single time you want to do a render pass. But we're going to be doing render passes and we're going to be doing a few of them. So go to rendering, render setup, and go to render elements and hit add. Now the first one you want to do is diffuse. So hit OK. And yeah, we're gonna let it like that, and then we're going to hit add, and we're gonna add a second diffuse. But this one we are going to name no lights, and we're gonna uncheck lighting. Now, if we were to render this, we will get the one with we'll get the one with no light, and pretty much the same thing except with no shadows. So, yeah, this one will be used to completely relight it. This one will be used to add lights. And this one is just bleh. Nobody's really going to use that. This is just what it gives us. So we're also going to add a... where is it? Z-depth. That's what we want. We're going to add a Z-depth. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. So, actually we're going to duplicate these. So hit Alt-W, go into this view, top view, and hit Control-V, and just drag that off maybe here, and that off like here or something. So that way we have multiple instances. So hit Alt-W and hit Shift-F again so we can frame it, and it looks good. So go back to rendering, setup, render elements, and I'm going to change this. I don't know, that might be good. Those might be good settings, but we're probably going to have to change those. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to change those. Okay, so for the minimum, change this to 0. 0. My mouse is kind of like broken, so I keep double clicking, and that's why bad things keep happening. But as soon as I get out of 3ds Max, I'll start using my tablet. So set the max to 100, and let's try this around there again. Okay, while that rendered, I got myself a soda. And it is good. Alright, so that's too small of a number, obviously. So let's set this to 150. It's all based on how your scene's set up. It's going to be different for every single person. And that looks good. So you want it to be a nice gradient. So again, that's good. Now you can do other compositing things like ambient occlusion and all this stuff. But really we need a normal pass. So what you want to do is you want to go to Add, MR shader element. By the way, I'm using mental ray shader, so go to rendering, go to common, assign render, and select mental ray. Yeah, that's just what you want to do. So scroll down, and we're going to name this actually we're going to name this ambient occlusion. Nah, you know what, just normal. I'll go over a whole different tutorial on like all the render passes and like full compositing in After Effects. So go down, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna type in ambient, or whoops, no, stop. Just type in AM, and ambient reflective occlusion should come up. So that's not gonna do much right now. So what you want to do is you want to drag it into just an empty slot. Select instance. Set the samples to like 36. And then you want to take, you want to take the occlusion. See, this is why my mouse is stupid. And change it to bent and normals. Now what this will do is once you render it, it'll render out the normal map for your scene. And this can be used to relight it. So now we have all our passes here. What we are going to do is we are going to go to our desktop or wherever we're going to send this, right click, hit new, folder, and I'm just going to name this Tut Passes. There we go. And then I'm going to go to common, scroll down to render output, go to file, find my folder, Tut Passes, Tuts. I like PNG, but you can save it to whatever you want. I'm actually gonna I'm actually gonna uncheck alpha channel because I have no background, so it really won't look good in After Effects. Actually, you know what? Oh wait. I am going to use an alpha channel because it just uses black background anyways. That's good. So, you just hit render again. Let it render. And once it finishes, before you exit out, or actually, you know what, just exit out of these anyways. Now, in Tut Passes, you should have all your render passes saved out. So that's it for the 3ds Max part. So I have no reason to save this, so I'm just gonna exit out. But now you want to open up After Effects. There we go, connected my tablet. I just connected my tablet, and now I can do whatever I want. Okay, fine, it won't let me exit out of that. So, hold on a second. Now, open up your files, and drag your files in, and, which one's which? Drag your diffuse and create a new composition. Change this to 100 so it just looks better. Now, I'm going to teach you how to add lights first. So go to Effect. Whoops. No, okay. Select your layer and hit Control D. And that's going to duplicate your layer. Right click and rename it to something like, see, exit out of that. I could type, but I don't feel like it. I'll just write it out. Actually, you know what? Normality. No. Okay, you know what? I'm typing it. Here we go. That's a lot easier. And then rename your base layer to base. Now select your top layer and go to Effect, mining.de normality, and go to Normality. Now the plugin link will be in the description. If you don't have it, it's free. It's very easy. And now go back to your project, go back to your files, and select both the Z depth and the normals and drag those on top and disable both of them. and go back to your normality. Now go to normals and change the normal map to normal. Oops. And change, and now go to layer, new, light. And for me, those light settings are okay. Now you can see we have these lights here, and they really don't look that amazing. So, and plus it's all black and white. So how do we fix that black and whiteness? Well, go to the normality layer, change it to screen. Sorry, I always get multiply and screen confused because they are the exact opposite. So go to screen. And now you can see if we select our light, we can drag this around back and forth. And now that's to add lights. Now say we wanted to totally redo our scene. Actually, first, if you go to depth and change your depth map to Z depth, it'll look better. Just telling you. It'll allow you a little more freedom as far as the light movement goes. But again, say you wanted to totally redo your entire lighting. Well, to do that, I'm just going to start over and delete everything in the comp. Find your... Actually, you know what? Where is it? Find your diffuse, or no light. Drag that in. Now drag both normal and Z depth on top. Duplicate your first one, or whoops, don't rename it. Duplicate, rename it normality. Rename your first one base. Turn off your first two and go into normality and go to effect. Where is it? Normality. Go to normals. Normal map. And then depth. Z depth. And go to layer, new, light. No, not text. I do not want text. Layer, new, light. There we go. And now we just set the normality transfer mode to screen. Nope, sorry. Multiply. Let me find it. Wait, I guess it was screen. You can now relight this however you wanted from scratch. I wouldn't recommend relighting totally from scratch unless you have absolutely no idea how to use 3ds Max and you only know After Effects, which in that case, that's kind of sad. But anyways, so that's the basics on how to do it. I will do a tutorial in a next tutorial on full render passes out of 3ds Max and compositing in After Effects. And then I might do 3D compositing in Autodesk Composite. So, see you in 2 weeks. If you have any ideas for future tutorials, just send me a message on YouTube, and I will try to make them as soon as possible.